We're going over into like Smithfield, Carrollton.
Well, we're going
Carrollton.
through Smithfield and Carrollton.
Carrollton was the guy on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Carrollton. They're called aura glasses. Put them on. You'll see auras.
This is not pilot coffee.
What?
This is called family-owned
Community coffee. This is not the end, because tomorrow we are heading out again down Virginia Beach way.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing an investigation at the Ferry Plantation and participating in some Paraunity. So it's Saturday, the day after yesterday, and we are heading down to Virginia Beach to check out the Ferry Plantation. Now, Grace, I bet you're wondering where we're going to eat, huh?
Yes, very important.
All right, it's all Greek to me.
Great, thanks.
Did that help you at all?
Huh?
Did
No, other than Greek, but I think it was a pun, so I...
Yeah, she got it. It's a
That's the name of the restaurant, right?
Oh.
It's all Greek to me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I was like, I think I sent you a text, and it was like, it's funny, but it's only funny because I don't know what you're telling me.
Right. Right. Now, the Ferry Plantation, what's cool about this place, and we'll talk a little bit more about it as we get down there and stuff, but it's authentic. It's an authentic plantation house. So what you get is like, it's not been updated, you know? So I don't know if you know about this, Grace, but to me it's a special treat is the bathroom situation. So there's no running water at the Ferry Plantation. And what they have is, like, back in the day they used to use bedpans, and then they take the bedpans out and dump it in the field to fertilize the field. So you actually, if by chance you have to go to the bathroom while you're there, you get that experience. There's no bathrooms because, you know, they didn't have them back then. So you actually got to use the bedpan, the pot, and then you got to go out and dump it in the field. But that reminds me, when we're walking through the field, you got to be very careful where you're stepping because they get a lot of visitors.
That's just gross. And I don't believe it.
Good.
So
I'm glad you don't believe it.
So you want to make sure you eat something really nasty, and it's all Greek to me. You know what I mean? So you can light up that bedpan. All right. But no, they actually do have really nice bathrooms there. There's room to kind of stretch out in the bathroom. So,
You can stretch out in the bathroom?
well, yeah,
Jeff does evidently.
if you wanted to, there's plenty of room. So we have that. But we're heading down here, and we're gonna see what It's All Greek to Me is about. I've never heard of it. I'm not really sure I'm gonna like it.
I've heard of it, and I don't think Greek food is one of those things that's scary. You know, like there are certain types of food that are a little bit scary to Americans if you've never tried it. Things like you know, Thai and Korean food are a little bit scary because you don't know if you're getting some sort of an unknown sea creature on your plate, or if you're getting like fermented cabbage or something that you may not like. But this thing shut down. So you know, but Greek food is one of those things where they use lots of fresh ingredients. You know, they use chicken.
Yeah.
There's nothing scary about chicken. Yeah, lamb. You know, lamb is not scary by any means. Everything that I've ever had that was Greek was amazing. It was amazing. They do a wonderful job at seasoning and like marinating their meats and chickens. So it's always got a lot of flavor to it. So I'm kind of stoked. I'm excited about it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
You know, of course, there's not much food that I don't
good.
like, but you know, yeah, I think you'll like it.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I like all kinds of food. I don't discriminate when it comes to food.
You've had Greek.
You know, I have had Greek before. You know, I can't say it. I like it better than fried chicken or a good burger, but
Yeah,
maybe the Greek
cheeseburger.
place has a good cheeseburger.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. So I guess that's a reason to keep watching. All right, so here we are. It's all Greek to me. We excited?
Not really, but I like trying something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So coming in here, we just saw this really cool Bronco. Look at this thing. That is awesome. It's not exactly like my Bronco, but a Bronco nonetheless.
And they were really nice. And there's one
Looks all
spot.
Greek to me.
Have that dough, I'm gonna love it all. There's one spot that's just screaming Donnie. Donnie's a Reiki master. Hello. Donnie's a Reiki master and he's very much into the spiritual aspects of it. So out behind the house, where they've actually paved over part of it for a tennis court.
Am I in the picture?
Yeah! What's going on?
I'm the one
So-
who's gonna serve you.
So we're trying this place for the first time. What do you recommend?
The best food in town.
But anything particular?
Drink.
Do you have Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb?
Mr. Pibb.
All right. So we're talking about the tennis court.
Yes. So the tennis court, when they put it in, it was a big secret. The Ferry Plantation itself used to be huge, like 1,600 acres. So
Thank you.
Over the years.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't see you.
It's okay.
That's not 9. That's 9.5.
This is the Greek hummus. And it looks like it's got butter on top of it, so pretty good.
Oil.
Oh, it's oil. And you've sampled this hummus.
I
huh?
have. It's actually pretty good. It's not one of those that has a flavor to it, like roasted red pepper or garlic.
Yeah.
But it's very good.
It's as good as this guy says, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Probably,
is.
we need some hummus down at this end of the table.
What do we say, Grace?
It's really good. That might be gone soon.
Picture, so it's hollow all the way up. And this was another whole.
What did you get here?
This is the marinated chicken platter. It's basically a deconstructed gyro with chicken.
Ah, looks pretty good.
Yep. That's
Got
very
some
good.
tzatziki sauce there.
Yes, and cheese chunks
Yeah,
of some kind.
that's good. Some olives. Kalamata.
Looks good.
Olives. So what are we trying here? A spanazzato or something like that?
Something like that.
Spanakopita.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
try
give it a go.
Oh wow.
There you are, little girl.
It's a good.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Well, she is a little girl.
That little girl got a big gyro. So have you tried this salad yet?
I have not. It's so full on the plate that I'm having trouble getting it cut up without like spilling it over the edges.
Just asked me how old you were.
I have to be very careful about it, but let's try some of the chicken.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Mmm. That's really good.
No.
Good chicken, so it's marinated chicken. And,
Yes.
yeah,
Good flavor.
pretty serious.
Nice to eat.
So you're gonna take a obnoxious bite of that
I guess.
gyro? Or?
It's gonna
We
be
gotta
a
shoot it from the
non.
front. We gotta see it go in. Wait, look
Yeah.
this way.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. There we are. Oh man. It's kind of a little bite.
You're just holding the camera.
So this is the lamb gyro, right? Is that lamb that they put in there?
Yes. Gyro.
Gyro. It's the lamb gyro. It's named after a gyrograph,
No.
right? Giraffe. Is that what it's named? Is it a gyrograph or it's a? What do you say? It
We
was
don't
named
know that
after?
that's even related.
No, he did. He
You're just
said it.
speculating.
Everybody good at the moment?
You said these were named after a gyroscope. Because of the way-
The Pope was named after them.
Oh, the gyroscope was named after these because of how they make them. It's on the
Yeah, the gyro means something going in circles.
something that's going in circles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the word gyro
Yeah, like
comes
your
from.
new nickname.
So gyroscope came from this.
That's right.
Man, that looks good. All right. It's a little hot to the touch.
Burn yourself like yesterday.
Do you put tzatziki on it, or is it already on there?
It's already in there.
All right. Let's try that. Now, you can't take really a big bite of
Sure he can. He's doing his best though.
it.
What?
All right, so Terry gave me this stuffed grape leaf.
Dolomite.
A Dolomato. Must be Italian, huh?
Dolomite, no O.
A Dolo what?
Dolomite.
Dolomite. No, there's no O on the end. So we're gonna just. I'm a little nervous about this. What's inside the grape leaf?
Surprise. It's cold.
Just eat it.
That's what is in it?
Cold.
Like
Usually there's a meat and a potato.
some kind of meat?
Spices, yeah.
Okay.
Send it.
Put the whole thing in his mouth.
He's got a big mouth.
He's not quite
Pretty
sure.
good. Oh. I mean, I probably wouldn't order it, but if someone else orders it, I'd eat it.
Yeah. I bet you people
Got some of this
choose.
baklava here. It's looking pretty. Go ahead, go for it there. Yep.
Not no more.
Okay.
Ever since, you know, the allergies got so popular, we stopped that. Otherwise, every piece has one clove on it. And it was a nail. It keeps it together.
Yeah. What do you think?
It has no smell.
It's like an apple pie. Kind of.
Does it taste like apple pie?
Uh-huh. It's like cinnamony. Yeah. It's got an appley sort of flavor to it. You should try some.
And it's fresh. Light and flaky on the top. It's got some nougat in the middle there.
It's more firm than I expected it to be. Here it comes.
So we finished up dinner, and that Greek place was pretty good. Very good customer service there, I have to say. But now we're crossing the street because we found a pretty cool statue that we want to highlight that has something to do with this area. Okay? So I thought there was a car turn in the corner, but I guess there wasn't. So here we're looking at the statue of Grace Sherwood. And a lot of people don't know this, but Grace Sherwood is also known as the Witch of Pungo. She was born in 1660, died in 1740. Now there's a plaque here that talks about Witch Duck Point, 10 a.m., July 10, 1706. Basically, she was tried by water because they believed she was a witch. There were different things going on. She had a successful crop. She was a widow, I believe. And like I said, I'll have to look at this plaque because it's been a while since I recall the story. But they decided there's a road right down here. Actually, it's right here. Witch Duck Road. It's the road that we just crossed. They took her out into the water, tied her hands to her feet, and threw her in the water. Well, apparently, she swam to safety. So they convicted her of witchcraft. And they locked her up for, I believe, 7 years. And she wasn't exonerated. After she got out of prison, she lived in the area. Her house was not too far from here. It was standing until not too incredibly long ago. I think there's still a foundation of it, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be. But she lived in the area until her death. Now, the Ferry Plantation where we're going tonight, the lady who used to run it back the first time I investigated, she actually worked to have Grace Sherwood exonerated. So she was no longer convicted of witchcraft.
She was the only witch to be tried by water.
The only witch to be tried by water. Anything else interesting that you picked up off of there?
You already said it, but it says that the pure water was casting out her evil, but she floated. So she was supposed to sink, but she ended up floating, but that's...
She did float, so that's interesting. And there were stories, there's legends, of course, and you don't know how much of it is fabricated, but I've heard legends that the water came up onto the roads when she was thrown in the water. A storm came out of nowhere and water washed up onto the roads and was washing carts off the road and stuff, carriages. But I don't know, that's not definitely true. But she was actually tried of witchcraft and convicted. So here she is, Grace Sherwood. And we got a little raccoon there climbing up to eat the barley or whatever she's carrying there, tobacco, wheat.
She lived 39 years after her husband died. Oh, Brian.
Brian.
Now, I'm not sure if the folks at home know why Linda and Grace would refer to me as Brian at this point.
Yeah.
So maybe we want to kind of fill everyone in because I'm sure they're on the edge of their seats.
So there was a guy he looked like the owner. He was also operating the Greek place that we just went to eat. And quite a funny guy. And he just, for some reason, wanted to assign the name Brian to Jeff. So, of course, we've been calling him Brian ever since. And, maybe you just look like a Brian to him or something.
Yeah, typical Brian, typical,
I guess.
Not to say, I'm not saying typical like white guy or anything like that, but if like there was a typical white guy, maybe I would look like a typical white guy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably. But
Yeah.
yeah, so he's not Brian.
All right, so let's go into Wawa here, and it's a little early for coffee. I don't know. So I'm not sure what's going on over here. We got Oreo cakesters, soft baked, and I don't think I've seen those before, but Linda said they're not good. So I take it you have tried
I have
these
had
before?
them before, and they were just not good.
Not good, huh?
No.
Oreos are not the same without the crisp.
Right.
You know, you need
They need that crunch.
that cookie
Yes.
crunch, but not too hard of a crunch. It's just got to be just right. So the secret with Oreos is to always get the seasonal ones.
Yes.
Because when the Christmas ones come out or the Halloween ones,
They're fresh.
you know they're going to be fresh because they're made for this season Halloween.
Yeah.
Now, if you go into a store in April and they have Halloween ones there, probably don't get them.
Yeah, that's
you know,
that wouldn't be advisable.
time to avoid the seasonal ones.
Right.
So we've arrived here at the Ferry Plantation, and it's not exactly what one might expect when they think of plantation. You come down through this really upscale neighborhood here and pull into this little dirt driveway. And this driveway, by the way, I was told that there were graves here, and that the graves were just paved over and the stones were tossed. But there's also, we have this old, looks like a ship mast here. And there used to be some bulbs here. I don't see them, maybe they're just not growing up now. But these bulbs were actually planted by Grace Sherwood back at her house, and they moved them out to here, but I no longer see them. We have the hitching post. So this is back in the day, 1800s, when people came here by horse and buggy. They would use the hitching post to tether their horse. And here we are. When we go up this path here, there's the Ferry Plantation just looming in the distance. Kind of a creepy sight.
Between him and that.
And there's a little plaque about Grace Sherwood, who we just saw not too far down the street. All right. The docent will take it.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Maybe set it up on the table and do it at an angle.
Who is that?
Huh? That's me.
Oh. The
What?
docent?
Oh, the docent is the person that curates the museum.
It's the hostess.
Or the host.
It's a fancy way of saying host or
It's
host.
like, I don't know what a docent is.
Who's food?
You're gonna step in it.
So 1830, there we are. So looking at the Ferry Plantation. If we look at this side here, all right over here, this one single building used to be the courthouse. And underneath that, there's a dungeon. But last I heard, the dungeon was filled in with dirt. This is where the circuit judge would come. I think he would sleep here. I'm not 100% on that. But then in 1830, this section was added on. And I'm not entirely sure when this last section was added on. I think that was more in the 20th century, but I could be wrong on that. But there's so many things that happen here. See that window that goes down to the ground there? On the backside, it goes down to the ground as well. And there's a little kid that fell out that window. And what we're standing on now, I said the backside, but this is actually the back of the Ferry Plantation. So the front of it is around the other side. And it's weird because this is near the road, but there's a story to that. It has to do with the ferry and such. But there's also a staircase that goes up to the nursery. And there was a nanny that fell down those stairs and died. Her ghost is here. There's a woman that used to live here, and they were having a party one evening, and this was way back in the 1800s, I believe. And she had some mushrooms that she ate that they gathered them from out in the yard, and she ended up dying upstairs. So I believe they were down at the party and she never came down, and they went up and found her dead. And then over here, there's a piano that was played by Thomas Jefferson in that room. And that is also the death room. That's where they'd lay out the bodies and at funerals and wakes and such. And it's also where the ghost of a cat seems to linger. So quite a few things in the Ferry Plantation here.
Look at those antique gutters. I wonder if they're original.
I don't think so. I'm not sure they had gutters back then. And this is where the lady from the ring comes crawling out of. Oh, maybe not. It's not a very deep well. Okay.
That's an orb weaver. He's a good spider.
Look at that orb weaver.
Yep. He's a good spider.
That's pretty serious. And you see why they call him an orb weaver, because he's got that orb there that he weaves.
I want to see him move. Just to see where people were hung.
Yeah, it's a little further in the back there.
Yeah, we're heading back to the hanging tree. And see these bottles? These bottles capture spirits. Yeah, that's why they put them on the trees like this. That one's actually, I've never seen one grown into the tree like that. I've usually seen them on the branches, kind of like this one up here. So here we are. This is the hanging tree. And they say you can see marks on some of the branches where the ropes were actually tied around. Yeah, you can see, I think on this branch, this might be where the rope burns are. Whoa, squirrels up there running around. I thought something was falling down because these people talked about a branch sticking in the ground and stuff like that. But the inside of the tree, here it is. It's just hollow, struck by lightning. Yet it's still growing leaves and stuff on here. We are up here on the second floor of the Ferry Plantation and just kind of taking a little walk around here. So in here we have the gift shop. Got some witch balls, which is interesting, and a bunch of other books, ghosts and witches, haunted Richmond, haunted Virginia. Don't see the ghost of Yorktown, but I'm sure that's just because it is sold out. I don't know. When we come out here, we were looking from the front. These are those doors that go right down to the bottom, right down to the floor. And this is where a little boy had fallen out. There didn't used to be this railing out here. And a little boy had fallen out of this window and met his demise. So his spirit is one of the spirits that's still seen around here. Now heading up the stairs here, and we could hear the sound of a REM pod, which has been going off up here. But these stairs, this is where the nanny died. And this was, I believe, back in like the 1950s or so. I think it wasn't too incredibly long ago. But this is where the nanny had died. The nursery is right up here to the left where the REM pod is going off. And if you can see, these stairs, they're pretty serious. So if you take a fall down there, you're gonna feel it at the very least. We do have some creepy dolls throughout the house here. And this is the room where one of the ladies of the house back in the day, back in the 1800s or so, I believe it was, had gathered some mushrooms, and they were actually the wrong kind of mushrooms, and she died right here on the floor, I believe. So her spirit has been seen around here. And we can look through here and see some of the original shiplap, which is really cool. Coming back downstairs. And in here is what's known as the death room. You can see these black dresses as you come in. It kind of catches you off guard, especially that one over there. It looks like a person standing there in the corner at first glance. But this piano was famously played by Thomas Jefferson, who is pictured here. Pretty sure that's him. That might be Beethoven. Not 100% sure. Same with this. Mozart or Thomas Jefferson. But we got a harp back there. And look at this oil lamp. That is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome oil lamp. So these dresses are kind of creepy here. Got the violin or the fiddle. And looking out. So this section here is the old courthouse.
But this group today was so good. I loved their questions because they were specific law questions, and I'm like, oh, I love this. See, and that's when I started thinking about it, and I thought, wait a minute, I can do the tours, and the last one I did, it was amazing. It was just amazing. But every room, we were outside, me and Jerry, and Jerry's like,
This to me is perhaps the eeriest part of the house, and that could have something to do with it being the oldest part. That's the attic. Maybe we'll get up there later.
All right, out by the tennis court, at one corner there's a real sweet smell and we can't find out where it's coming from. But if you step away, a couple feet is gone. We all experience it out there if you want to go sniffing.
Sniff around.
You want to go out there and sniff around or what?
I guess so. Let's go.
But it's a real sweet smell like a flower. And I was straggling because I was smelling every tree out there.
Right. You couldn't find it, huh?
Couldn't explain it.
That's interesting. This picture right here is what it used to look like when it was just the courthouse, just this section that we're standing in. So it's crazy.
Come on, Brian.
Here we are.
What do you want?
Shadows have fallen on the Ferry Plantation. And as it's embraced in darkness, the team of Virginia Paranormal Investigations is getting ready to go in and look for ghosts. So it's going to be a pretty cool investigation, I think. We got some other people here, some other teams, and we want to get some maybe introductions from them so we can see who all we're with, and you know, they can say hi to you, you can say hi to them. But the Ferry Plantation, definitely, you can see the moon up there peeking above the trees. We got a waxing gibbous, so it's getting bigger. Not tonight, it's not getting bigger, but it's getting bigger over the month. And the Ferry Plantation, what a cool building, like lit up at night. You don't really get the feel for it, the eeriness during the day that you get in the darkness, as these lights kind of cast shadows up on the walls and illuminate the brickwork from, how long are we talking? Almost 200 years ago. So it's pretty fascinating for sure. So we're gonna go inside here and check in. Got some equipment with us, and we're gonna see what's going on.
We're good at this. Show off for people. Yeah.
Eric, can you give Donnie a hug? Don't be afraid. He likes kids. He hasn't figured out how to do that one yet.
No, the rods. As usually adults.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for a cold shot in the gut.
Eric, do you play with the little girl a lot that's in the house?
It's very like perfect, but you can do it.
Do you like to play pranks on the guests that come here? It's okay. You can answer that either way.
You won't be in any trouble.
You won't be in any trouble.
He's wondering about that one.
My grandkids like to play pranks on me and they don't get in trouble. Eric. I like to play pranks too on people. Sometimes it's fun.
Maybe everyone plays in the cabinets. Thank you, see, you are going to play any pranks. Spread them out again for me, please, sir.
Like one of those photographs. But I see what might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children. Did you care for all of these children? That's Jeff. He's not going to hurt you. You can come back. He's not going to hurt you. Are you still here?
Can you light something up to let us know you're still here?
Miss Amy, where'd you go?
We'd like to talk to you. Learn more about you.
She ran away.
Did you enjoy taking care of the kids?
Well,
Yes, it
she
a
was
lot of
here.
work.
She lit up the periscope. She lit up the tripwire. We had lights up on the K2. The REM pod has been going off, and then she just kind of disappeared.
She's tired of talking.
Okay, do you want us to leave? I don't even know if you're still here. Something about, I was looking at a picture. First the periscope went off. So I said I was looking at, you'll see it when I post it on my ISDP site. So the periscope went off over here, and I was just talking about children, and I said, children are alright as long as there's somebody else's children, and the tripwire started like. But Miss Mammy, you would like it. Jeff's actually a school teacher. He can teach your kids, and he teaches them when they're like, what's in second grade, 6, 7 years old.
What do you teach them, Jeff?
Oh, I teach them everything: math, literacy, social studies, science,
Oh, you're well rounded.
all kinds of cool things.
I'm touching it and turning it off.
The REM pod. You're not touching
No,
it.
no, not the REM pod. No.
It's not, looks like the temperature.
There's no bent over top of it.
There's one here now. But there's the lights. K2. I think you picked it up and put it in the bag.
Why do you think these doors go down to the floor with nothing being out there to step on?
I'm thinking that maybe they shove stuff out there.
Like people?
Yeah.
They don't like them? The cat.
Another way to kill
Get the
somebody.
cat. Get out of there.
Kind of like a pirate ship.
Could be.
Walk the
Oh, it's
plank.
like a plank, yeah.
Because there's a ledge.
There is.
Maybe this is another way they hung people.
Oh, I'm thinking outside the box now.
No, I was thinking maybe deliveries of some sort. They would be able to haul it up or something.
Yeah, like
Well,
back.
they said there was a tunnel from where the ship stopped to come in. And a lot
So
of the
they could go
ships
to
would
Carmen.
like to deliver here because they could avoid paying the tax to England instead of going to Williamsburg.
So do you know why these doors go down to the floor?
There was a jail underneath here. It collapsed.
Because
Right.
there was a courthouse over here.
Yeah, that far end was the courthouse.
And then there was a
But
post
there was
office.
a jail under here.
And one of these
Oh, there was a
rooms
jail
was
under
a
here?
post office at one point also.
I don't know if you knew, like back
It was
in
downstairs though.
about 1890, they had these, what they would bring up to here, they had these, Amazon back then experimented with drones for the first time. So the drones would, instead of leaving things on...
This is me walking away.
So we're walking up the stairs here, and
Is it?
at the top of the stairs is the nursery.
I felt it just now too. That's why I asked.
I definitely feel it now.
Yeah, heavy.
What's going on up here?
You feel just a heaviness in that room. And when I was picking up the stuff, I walked in and I just felt this heaviness in there.
Huh.
Yeah,
This is not a fun task.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad in there now. It wasn't like that earlier.
Do you guys mind if I hang up just a little?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you want.
Absolutely.
Let me get out of the way.
If anybody's going downstairs, we're here probably. See what he's feeling.
Huh.
I'd like to get another feel, okay?
I'll tell you what one of the creepiest things in this room is that. Whoa, look at that thing.
Oh man, I got. Ooh. Hi. Am I talking to the nanny? Is the nanny in this room? I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Oh, it's Jeff.
Jeff. No, you're Jeff. Yeah. My name's Joe. Am I talking to the nanny at this time? I feel something in here. Are you here with us? You can make these light up if you just touch this. See? That'll light up, or you can make these balls will light up just once you touch them. See, I think I turned them off.
Yeah, so if you want to come and touch these balls, they will light up like that.
This is another device here. If you touch it, it'll also light up. It'll make these lights go off. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put that right there. So is there anybody in here? Real heavy, but I don't.
You can play with these balls.
Would you like us to leave you alone right now? Are you getting ready to put the kids to bed? We were just talking to Eric downstairs. He's a good kid.
If you want us to leave you alone, grab these balls.
Okay.
All right, well, let's leave you alone either way, I suppose. All right, we're here in the nursery, and this is where there were a lot of children that were taken care of, and the nanny. Did somebody move this?
I did.
Okay, good.
Wait, now?
So,
Yeah, just a minute ago. Just a second ago.
so the nanny had fallen down the stairs out here, and I'm wondering if there's a spirit that still lingers here because of this. There's a little potty chair right there.
There's this creepy freaking doll looking at me.
That is a creepy, yeah, that is a creepy one.
It's like a doll with like a ski mask on.
We got this little device over here. It's a little light. And you just touch that and it lights up, does all kinds of cool things.
You can move it. I'm just getting weird sense.
There's a lot of dolls here that perhaps a child could play with.
All my toys.
Now that is a cool bag. You want to highlight that? I don't think we ever highlighted that.
Thanks.
So Grace makes stuff, right? Or did you buy that?
No, I made it.
Cool. So ghost hunting essential. So what is a ghost hunting essential?
It's all the equipment we use.
Yes.
So there's blindfolds, there's flashlights, there's spirit boxes, all in this bag. So all I have to do is pick up the bag, and I don't have to go searching in this large bag.
Good,
Makes
good.
a lot of sense.
I was hoping he would get to the ghost hunting stuff because when he started out, there's blindfolds, there's handcuffs. I was like, wait a minute. So what? All right. So it is ghost hunting essentials.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was
That's a
you
lot of
stepping on
times with
the
these
board.
old floors. A lot of people don't realize, but you step on boards a certain way,
That one right there.
you get a pop, or you get a creak in another location, another area of the floor along the wood.
Oh, that didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Oh. Oh.
All right. Well, if it came rolling back to you, that would be pretty cool. And it stopped.
Put one in front of the window.
I hear it. Car alarm or
It's like a
horn?
high-pitched
Somebody
noise.
laying on a horn?
I think it's the HVAC system that's
Oh.
in there.
So it makes sense to put out flashing balls because we're up in the kids' room. So maybe they would be interested
I'm playing with some
in
balls.
playing with some balls.
That's absolutely right. You know, I'm not sure if kids back then had balls. What they played with? They played with something else.
I'm sure they didn't play with like blow up balls, but like, you know, I'm sure they had some sort of balls. Even if it's like woven weeds, tangled up weeds or something.
Yeah, like a woven ball. So
Yeah.
perhaps back in not colonial times, but you know, 1800s, back in the 19th century. I'll get that mixed up. 19th
Something,
century.
yeah, not sure.
Maybe kids had balls.
17th century is the 1800s.
No, the 19th century is the 1800s.
Are you sure?
Because 20th Century Fox was out when I was a kid. Oh,
I heard it.
but that might have been. Let me
that
just.
might have been you.
I'm keeping my foot exactly where it is, just to see if I can kind of shift my weight from one side into the next one that goes off, and see what happens again.
Yeah, because you are on
Okay,
the
so I'm
roof.
shifting my weight onto my right foot, and I'm gonna go back on the left foot and see if it does that. Okay, now I'm gonna do it. Pick it up. Yeah, so that could potentially do it.
It could potentially, but you stomped
Yeah, but
pretty
how
hard.
hard did you stomp?
Yeah, you had to. You didn't stomp that hard before. You just put your foot down gently.
Alright, so try it a little lighter here.
Where's the?
See, it's a concern because even though I did it lighter, it's still it's on that board that I
So
stepped
why don't
on.
you move it maybe a little bit further over
Really,
toward the chair
100%.
over there,
Yeah.
just to get it off of those
Ooh.
big boards.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
wonder if we should put something under that bed.
Want it over here?
Sure, I don't care.
You want to put something under the bed? Yeah, that'd probably be a good
Like
idea.
over there.
Because it is common for ghosts
to hide
and
under
things to hide under beds. Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah, you never heard like look under my bed? You know, I check under my bed before I go to sleep.
Those are monsters, not ghosts.
My bad. So I guess there's no point to really under the bed. But
Alright, are we doing a loud spirit box or we want to go Estes?
what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would do an Estes method.
Let's do it. Let's break out that Estes.
Thanks, Estes.
Estes.
It's a U,
Huh?
isn't it?
ESTES.
Is it?
Oh,
It's like, yeah, Estes.
no. Well,
Estes. Spanish. And we are here just to talk to you a little bit. Can you try telling us your name? What's your name?
no other. That was clear.
So what Grace is doing here, she's got these headphones on. She hears that spirit box going through the headphones. And she's
At the
blindfolded.
courthouse.
That's interesting.
That is significant because we are at the courthouse. Well, we're right next to it. Close.
Are you saying you were at the courthouse?
Go home.
Why were you at the courthouse?
Oh. Oh, unlock the door. I'm sorry, hold on.
What happened?
It's this man. It's really deep. I don't like it.
No? What
No.
was he saying?
He kept saying, unlock the door. He said courthouse. There was something after. It kind of sounded like what's the rector, like a rector, like a church.
Yeah.
You
R-E-C-T-O-R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's like, nope, done.
And I'm not normally so sensitive, but it felt like something was like completely over here. I got chills. But a lot of stuff was coming through clear as day. But
So we're sitting here in the
Conference room.
base station
Staging area.
and that's what paranormal investigators call the space where they put down their stuff, set up their cameras, stuff like that. Our stuff's like over there in that little bag. Nonetheless, we're here in the staging area, and I went to the powder room, and the powder room, I opened this door, and there's a little tiny bathroom in there where like you sit on the toilet and your knees hit the door. No lock on the door, but when duty calls, I need to be ready to go into action. So I was, and I did, and I'll tell you what, it's some nice toilet paper.
Is it?
It's pretty solid toilet paper for what I was expecting, but yeah, so that's the powder room. But I came out and I found Linda eating these things here, which are what?
Gummy Skittles.
Gummy Skittles. And being that this is
wild berry variety.
nice, being that this is gas, grub, and ghost, we gotta have a little bit of grub in here at least.
Go ahead.
I mean, so far we had some barbecue last night. We had some coffee. We had some. So this is a green. This is what it looks like. It's a green. It's like a little ghost. It's like eating ectoplasm.
It's either melonberry or raspberry.
And it's pretty good.
They are really good.
Yeah.
I've never had them before. Ooh, I got a red one.
Now I'll tell you, like a couple weeks ago, I had the Halloween Skittles, and when Halloween candy comes out, I'm all over that stuff. And the Skittles, they always do a cool thing. I think it was different a couple years ago, or at least the last time I had it. I don't think I had them last year. But this year, like, they have Skittles that look like all the other ones, but they're like shriekingly sour. Now, I didn't notice them being incredibly sour. Like, I'm not a big fan of sour stuff. I like hot, spicy stuff. But they were a little sour, and they're pretty good. So just the theme is what it's all about. The Halloween theme. Is what these Skittles are all about.
Can't believe it's Halloween already.
I know. It's crazy. It's like the end of August, and I don't even have a single decoration up yet. So we've got to get those things up before the neighbors do. Can't be slacking in that department.
That's right.
Got another green one.
You get a lot of the green ones, huh?
There's that statue that we took a picture with earlier. There's Grace. How's it going?
It's good.
How are the nerds? Did you eat them all?
No.
No? Where are they? Do you have them with you? Oh, they're in the car. We were just highlighting some candy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
I left them because I was lazy.
That's okay. We'll get them next time. So we're set up here by the conference room area. And we have the slinky here. And what's cool about this is it can go down the stairs like that. Oh, look at that. All right. And then it might even be able to make it down the next step, depending on how hard it's slung. But I'm going to put that there. If there is a child named Eric that plays with stuff, you can play with that slinky right there. And I'll put it over here, kind of right in the middle. So once again, all you gotta do is do that. Yeah, the other thing you can play with is these balls. They rolling around all over the place here. All right.
Someone we can talk to, hang out with? If there is, can you go near that red light on the floor? Get very close to it, and it might change colors.
Touch the little antenna on it, and it'll beep.
So I heard there was a little boy that had an accident right over there in that hallway at the end of it there. And that's why my chair's squeaking there. Okay, but that's why we brought a slinky.
We turn the lights off to make you feel more comfortable. We're just here to talk. Here to learn about your story. There's a flashlight behind me. If you twist the end of it, it'll turn on. You gotta be really strong to turn it on. But I think you can do it.
If your name is not Eric, can you go and touch the red light, go near the red light to let us know that it's not Eric?
I do have to say this. These vents are interesting. Like they're holes.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I imagine it has something to do with having to put air conditioning, ductwork of some sort into a house that was never built to accommodate it.
Right.
So instead of having regular large ducts like they would normally have in a modern house, they probably don't have the clearance for it and had to put something up here that would accommodate it. But I mean, it really shoots out of there.
It does.
I'm
It does.
kind of
It's-
digging the holes.
It's legit. Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to have some holes in
I would too.
our house, you know. And just,
HVAC blowholes.
yeah, good blowhole.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this house is haunted.
You think it is?
Yeah,
Do you think it is?
No.
No?
No.
I would agree.
You don't think it's haunted?
Yeah.
Linda and Grace don't think this house is haunted.
You gonna prove to me it's haunted? You gonna show me you're still here? Nobody's messed with our equipment yet.
Nobody's touched our balls.
Yeah, come and play with these balls.
You can grab them.
Just lightly tap them. They will light up. I mean, they're very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to mess with these balls, you don't even have to use a lot of. You don't have to use a lot of force. You know, just very lightly touch them, and that's all. That's all it takes.
Hey. Oh, come on in.
Watch out for the slinky.
I'm not gonna sit off here. Man, get batteries.
Fool you.
Fool you, trying to get you to talk to it, trying
Yeah.
to get you to welcome it.
Right.
I
Somebody
am
likes little kids.
freezing.
So I caught the end of that ball going off there,
Yeah.
and I had said that I've heard a lot of times when people see the ghost of a kid, it's actually a demon.
Yes.
That ball lit up.
Yep. First time it's lit up.
And I had set my. There we go. There we go. We got something now. See, now we know that you got to be doing something to these balls to make them go off like that. So it's not just gonna it's not gonna go off on its own.
Do you think you can turn the other ball on right on the other side? Show us how powerful you are.
So I'm starting to believe at this point, maybe we don't have a demon. You know, maybe it's a legit little kid, because if it's playing with the balls, you know, demons don't always play with the balls, but little kids play with balls.
Yeah, or it could be the little kid trying to tell us that it's not a demon. Like, hey, I'm not a demon, I'm a kid.
Right, that's what I'm
Or it's
saying.
telling us it's a demon.
That's right. Or it could be the lady with the mushrooms. You know, I don't know. She was right in that next room.
Right. If you're trying to tell us that you're not a demon, could you please make that light up again? And touch the ball again. If you're trying to tell us that you are a demon, can you touch the ball and make it light up?
Are you trying to scare us? Because if you're trying to scare us, you gotta do more than that. They even knocked this Slinky over on the stairs.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Slinky go flying.
I'd kind of like to see that.
Pick it up and throw it across the room.
Yeah.
That would be significant if the Slinky flew across the room. Even if another one of these balls lit up, that would be something. But yeah, like Grace was saying, you know, I think you were saying, I kind of got sidetracked. These kids' ghosts will appear, and they'll be like, oh, it's a little kid.
Yeah.
And they'll feel sorry for him. And they won't feel intimidated by him.
Right.
Some cases they'll even welcome him in and like, oh, little Johnny's got an imaginary friend. And
give him a name.
Give him a name, and they
Yeah.
that thing's not a little kid.
Yeah.
It's a way of them gaining power over you because you assume that it's something that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, so we wandered down to another Wawa here, Route 13.
Yep.
Time for a coffee break here in the investigation.
Yeah.
I gotta get
So yeah, let's go ahead in here and see what they got. So I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, but pumpkin spice is back. It is that time of year. I may have mentioned this several times, I'm not sure. But oh snap.
Yep.
Right. Pumpkin spice. No, that's alright, that's alright. I'll go down here to the Cuban roast. There we go. Smooth and savory.
And put a cat ball at the top. And then if it ever rolls down, we get a video of a cat ball running down the stairs.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just an idea.
Yeah. So that'd be good. So we're heading up the stairs here in the courthouse. And up in the attic, I'm not sure what we mentioned earlier, so if I'm repetitive, it's just because so far tonight we've done 2 live streams and plus this video here that we've been assembling. But this is the courthouse portion of the house. You know, this is what was originally here. This one building was added onto. The jury room up here. And as it became a plantation house, slave quarters were up here in the attic. I'm not 100% sure if we...
You know how to
Yeah,
unlock the
nope.
door?
Yeah, I'm not getting that. So maybe I'll let Grace do that. And there we are. Yeah, that seemed to work easier. But here we go. Up here into the attic. Now, due to the antiquity of this part of the house. We're talking going back to the 1700s. We can only go up 2 at a time here in this attic because it is apparently original, as you can see from a lot of this old wood. Dresses that have been hanging up here since the 1700s. Not really, but reenactment dresses nonetheless. So we're going to kick on this REM pod here. All right.
I can't see up there.
And we're going to put this REM pod, where should we put it? Just right over here? Okay, we're just going to put it right out there. Maybe up on this box here. That's not sturdy. Here, cooler. There we go. All right. So we do have a chair there.
Yeah.
Were you going to sit in that or no?
Are you going to sit in it?
Not if you want to.
Yeah, you go ahead.
All
You
right.
got bad knees.
Oh, just one bad knee, but I can stand. Okay. So we heard that there was a gentleman named Henry that lives up here in this attic. Perhaps at one point in time, there was a bell. Was there a bell? I thought I remember hearing something. I could be wrong. I thought I remember hearing something about a bell where the person who owned the house could ring that bell and get Henry's attention. I don't know if it would have been appropriate to bring a bell up here, but it sure would have been a good trigger object. That REM pod lights up. It's a red light. Turns all these different colors when something comes near it.
There's a flashlight where this kind of loft looking thing is.
Yeah, got a flashlight up there.
There's a cat ball right next to me on the stairs.
And to kind of put it into colonial lingo per se, or just short post-colonial, whatever time frame this was slave quarters. I'm not sure it was during the courthouse, but it was when it was the plantation house. That red glowing thing right there
These
will
are
light up.
nooses.
I'm about 100% sure that
They're tied into nooses.
they might be I think they're more like handles to help people get up the stairs, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well.
But you never know what we got hanging over there. So this does look like a noose. This cat ball right here, that ball. So if you want to...
You can come hit it, you can come touch it, you can roll it down the stairs.
Yeah, if you roll it down the stairs, it'll light up, but maybe not for long. But touching that ball would definitely get it to light up. And the flashlight, how do we refer to that? That's like a torch right there. It's like a lantern. And if you mess with it, it'll light up just like that lantern over there lights up when it has a wick and fuel and all that stuff. So. It is very quiet. The other teams that were here with us have left. And they said the activity has died down. No pun intended. We'll say the activity has quieted.
Henry, are we in your space? Do you want us to leave? If you want us to leave, you have to give us a sign. Mess with some of our equipment. Oh, she is quiet.
It is very quiet. You can even hear like the crickets, literally, outside the window there. So we got these potatoes and a steak, chicken bite, all that good stuff here from 7-Eleven. And I guess we're getting ready to wrap it up here. You know, after quite a few outings. Linda, what would you say was your favorite part?
The food.
Yeah, I would say which one though? Was it the Greek? Was it the...
I mean, the Greek was pretty good. I like the Greek platter thing that I had.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I like that that lamb gyro.
Gyro. Gotta say it right.
But I don't think it beat the barbecue.
I don't think so either.
Oh no.
No,
I
the
agree.
barbecue
That
was
really good.
So good.
That was it. And this is pretty good right now too, but it's really hungry, so there's that. But yeah, so we are packing in for the night. Appreciate everyone that joined us for this series of adventures here. I think it was an interesting time. If you didn't see the little session that we did, there's a thing, it seems like the videos are hidden. I don't know, maybe they come up, maybe they don't, but there's a live, like when you go to the YouTube channel, there's a live button. And it shows you all the live videos. And you can see the video of Linda with the blindfold on doing that spirit box session at the Ferry Plantation tonight. Because that won't be in this video. We did a little bit of a live stream. It was about a 30-minute live stream. So if you missed it, you can go back and check that out if you want to. We also have a TikTok. And that's new, right? But we've been posting some stuff on there, and we're posting some videos so you can get on there and ask us questions, and we'll do a video response to that too. And that's at Virginia Paranormal. But I think for everything we're watching, I think before we get on the road here, there's one thing left to do.
Oh God.